Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of FTB Skies 2 on the FTOG server. You may notice that I'm flying without my jetpack, and that is because with access to the end, we have creative flight in our potion infuser now. You also may notice the new armor. That's because I've done quite a few equipment upgrades, and I'm going to go through them one at a time just so you can see them. First off, we have our Eclipse Alloy Sword, which is fully enchanted, basically, powered by Forge Energy, whole thing. Next, I have made a primary, another Archmage spellbook, so I have primary and utility now. Primary is Freeze Blast. We have Blink, which, why is it not working? Why is this not... I never understand why sometimes spells just don't work. We'll test it out later. We have Pass Wall, which creates a 3x3 hole that we can move through. I think that's it. Oh, we also have Shrink and Dispel Self. So, that's cool. On the utility, we have the Mine. We have Mage Light, we have Grow Fell, which is 4 grows, and then 4 AoE'd Fell, so basically it will instantly grow a tree, and then get rid of it. We're actually going to test that out in a minute here. Pickaxe is the same. These are here for a different reason. We have our max tier Ars Nouveau armor with full threads. These I still probably could enchant a little more, which I will get on at some point now that it's not difficult for reasons we will get to in a minute. What other equipment do we have? We have Diamond Backpack still. We have our Focus of Water, which makes our elemental water things like our Freeze Blast cost less, which interestingly enough, our Freeze Blast, I've updated it so it's just Freeze Chill, or Freeze Cold Snap, Freeze Cold Snap, Freeze Cold Snap. There's 4 of them now, and it doesn't cost anything because of the armor and the focus. It's just like, this is infinite now, which is pretty cool. Now we need to head outside. We head outside, down here. Of course, we have our end portal, and I've also started on AE2 a little bit. So we have our inscriber here, which is set up to take Certus Quartz out, and that will create Certus Dust, and put it back in. This one takes out Certus Quartz, puts it through the charger, and pulls out charged Certus Quartz, and that's important for later. We also have now this satellite over here. We have a multi-block structure and these steel trapdoors, and if we look at it, we have flux networks. We have a flux controller for wireless charging, which currently is set to just the hotbar, so it charges the sword. We have a gargantuan flux network, a Herculean, and a gargantuan. So the way this works, I made this out of flux dust, which I will show you towards the end of the episode, how we get that. We have this gargantuan flux storage, which I bought from the FTB shop, as it turns out. You can, after I made the Herculean storage, of course, you can just buy a gargantuan flux storage, and then the quest, I went through and accepted a bunch of quests, and the Flux Networks quest gave me gargantuan flux storage as well. So we have a lot of storage. If we look at the network statistics, we have 272 million FE in storage right now. And then there's our potion infuser here, with flying, very cool, and our rain shield. So this is a force-loaded chunk now, so we always have this satellite running, which I thought was a cool way to just get all of that in one easy structure, so we can do that. But What this AE stuff allowed me to do is move this. You notice our crystal setup is gone? That is because I have made a proper one with that Certus quartz, allowed me to make more growth accelerators and more resonance generators to power them. So if we head over here, our crystal generator. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? There are 30 budding crystals in the pack, and there are 15 growth accelerators in here. I'm not going to cap it until they're all in, but I've moved all the ones we have in, and I wanted to turn this on with you here so you could hear how cool this is. Listen to this. It's very pretty. Right now, it's doing it all in a beat because all of the crystals have grown, obviously. But once it gets done with those, which I will sit here and let process for a minute, it makes a interesting sound because between all of these crystals, it's pretty much always moving. It's always collecting something. And I just need to wait for it to start randomizing a little bit. Just listen to that for a sec. Isn't that pretty? It seems to have maintained the beat, interestingly enough. I'll have to leave that running for a bit to randomize it so you can hear what it really sounds like when it's going. But this is the current state of our resources. We have about 6,000 of everything, which is cool because I'm pretty sure I only left this running for about an hour. And even when I leave it running, this clicker is the highest tick in my base, and that's about 55 microticks, or whatever the observable thing is. Which, if I turn on the... Oh, the overlays went away when I logged out. But, yeah, I TPS checked the whole thing, or tick checked the whole base. This is at 55, and that's the worst thing in the base. So we actually have a very efficient base, which is great. But we'll let that run for a bit. Coming back over here, you'll notice that there are two new structures. The first, actually additions. I needed this to make the Warden Pearls that I didn't do last episode. I've made Warden Pearls and I've been running them. I don't remember if I did one last episode, but I have. But in order to do that, you need Empowered Void Crystals, which is what this is for. Standard setup, nothing too special. This is a dropper. We just drop something in and atomically reconstruct it. This will turn it on, and then you just laser. This will drop things straight up so that they are definitely within the beam of the laser. Nothing too crazy about this. If you've done actually additions, you know what this is. Over here, however, is something different. This is the Shadow Pulse Goo, which, if we head in here, Shadow Pulse Goo, which is the highest form of goo. It eats skulk catalysts or skulk. And the way this is designed, let me turn on these one at a time. The Advanced Block Placer. It won't replace things, so it will only place things in those 6 squares. Those will then get converted to the dire crystals and will get broken in the same area by this block breaker, which is ignoring the goo, the glass, the factory blocks, and all of the convertibles. And then, should the goo get hungry, we have a sensor here, detecting the Shadow Pulse goo. You can see the area there. And it's detecting when alive is false. And when that happens, it will output a little redstone signal to this advanced clicker, which is clicking on the goo with Skulk. So we don't really have to manage it. Eventually, we'll have a stabilizer that can keep the goo fed with power. But until then, this works. And then anything broken in there, item collects into here. And I've made a bunch of stuff. So that's pretty cool as well. I've also moved the wither chamber over to here. It just seemed like the right place. And I'm going to grab a dirt so I can show you this tree growth spell while we're on it. So if I go here, the grow fell, it just basically produces wood for me, because it grows it and then automatically cuts it down in one click. It's super efficient, and that's on the utility spells. Do I have anything else on here? Smelt and craft at the end. So those are there. Heading over to the mob farm, there have been some additions. I've used a chorus fruit to de-AI, so the things don't fight anymore, just like this. I'm currently running zombies, because I want stuff. But now is a good time to show you some new equipment as well, the XP blade. So this has max sharpness and looting, but it also has two enchantments called Knowledge of the Ages 3 and Scavenger 3. What Knowledge of the Ages does is it converts drops to XP. Scavenger increases how many times a loot table will be rolled. Yes. Increases how many times a loot table will be rolled. So when those go together, you get effects like this. Couple sets of zombies, and we're already at 86. That's pretty great. XP is not a problem anymore at all. So, yeah. That's a thing. If we look in here, we have slimes now. We have creeper heads. We have a bunch more eggs. We got Wilden Hunter and slime. We also have a bunch of gems from higher levels, because if we look at our apotheosis, I've been working on the apotheosis levels, and we're currently on Ascent. We just need to equip a rare chestplate and rare weapon, which is why the voids are off right now. So they're not voiding equipment. However, I actually should turn those back on, because, as it turns out, these spawners cannot spawn apotheosis mobs. So what I've been doing is I've been coming down here to the dreadful dirt, and I kind of move away, and because this is the only dark place in the base, it just power spawns bad people. Bad mobs. And then I can just stand here and blast away, get some equipment, get gems, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And then I just wait until mobs with special equipment spawn, and I can just get my affixed items, which will be pretty cool when I'm done with it. And heading over here, the library has, as you can tell, received some updates. I've been doing some enchanting. Currently, we have quite a bit of level. That's fine. Mostly books for this thing. But up here, I've moved all our Ars Nouveau stuff. We have an imbuement chamber set up to do mass imbuements. We got our stuff there. We have two Archwood setups, making source for both of the sides. We have our enchanter here. In the center, we have our alteration table, our scribes table, which if we take a look at the scrolls we're going, some of the quests I accepted gave me some tier 2 codexes, which filled out our tier 2 glyphs. So the only glyphs we have left in the entire game is propagate homing, which technically speaking I could do if I wanted to spend the time, which I will soon. Echoing Trail, which we'll be able to do after today. And Lightning, which I need a Heart of the Sea for. But we'll get that soon. And then in here, we have all the infusion stuff. We have our essences and our ritual brazier. And you'll have noticed that there's a second level over there. But you'll also have noticed that there's no entrance. And that's because, lore-wise, this library is an upstanding library where we do enchantments, we do Ars Nouveau, we don't do soul magic. Unless, of course, you are one of the less scrupulous librarians, in which case you can use your magic pass-wall spell to get through here. And then back here, and picture this all with walls around it eventually, we have our spirit altar, we have a repair pylon, which I haven't quite figured out how to use properly yet. We have our Malum stuff back here, and then we have our spirit crucible. And then when you want to leave, you just click here, and we're through. Cool. Yes. So, quest-wise, I've accepted a bunch of them. There's more that I haven't accepted yet. Actually, we could accept the climbs, or the slimes one. Warp scroll, that's fun. I've accepted a bunch of stuff. Didn't get too much interesting stuff. However, I did get this as a choice reward, or a random loot bag. I can't remember exactly. But we got a Fargo's Talisman Force, which we are going to put on because projectiles don't hurt us anymore. It slowly repairs our durability. 20% of our damage goes away. We can hurt pillagers and illagers more, having come across a lot of those. XP orbs are attracted, and piglins ignore me. So we're going to throw this into the charm slot. Not the charm slot. Talisman. Is there another talisman slot? Talismans. There we go. Ah, come on. And, boop. And I already went through the Fargo's GUI and got rid of all the ones I didn't want, so we're tougher now. So that's fun. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I've shown this off already. Oh, this. Turns out you can get shards of infinity from an extractor with a campfire below, a reinforced obsidian block surrounded by cobbled deep slate. So this is a better way of getting them than sitting in the void, generating one at a time. So we have a bunch of those now. The composter I need to move because it keeps burning on the lava. I think that might be it. So let's go kill a dragon. Just real quick before we do that, I thought I'd show you my flux dust setup. So flux dust is made block crushing. You put obsidian dust and redstone dust on top of a bedrock, crush it with an anvil. So I've set this up here. You just throw the dusts in there, place the anvil there, boom, you get flux dust. Nothing too crazy. I didn't want to set it up over here, because stuff might fall into the portal, but today, we kill a dragon. Just like this. Nothing too special. We're just gonna take it out real quick. Oh, that's really loud, and I don't want that. Generic Ender Dragon Growl. Turn it off. Ender Dragon. Let's just go to all. Ender Dragon. We're gonna boop, boop, boop. Just mute all of the dragon. Go away. Hello, Ender Dragon. We're just gonna fly up because we're faster and just because we learned a couple packs ago that the dragon does not care about the missiles. So, but the Ender Crystals should, right? No? Okay, we're just gonna fly, kill them all, Nothing too crazy. And then we'll get rid of the dragon. Real quick. Go away. I'm not even taking damage from this. I'm just punching the crystals. I don't know why I'm not taking any damage. Maybe it's the protection. But there we go. Where's the dragon? There you are. Come on. And I'm not going to grab any dragon breath from this, because we can extract it from the head later. So I'm just gonna sort it up. My sword's not crazy, so this might take a minute, but why not? Just smack the dragon. I don't have a bow. I've never needed one. So this is what we're doing. Come on. Get down here. Hopefully it goes and lands soon, so we can hit it easier. If it does that, anyway. Come on. Go down. Not hard. Go land. Why aren't you landing? Because I'm not on the ground. Oh, it's landing. Excellent. Come on. I'm barely taking damage from this guy. And there we go. Grab all the stuff before it disappears into the portal. What do we get? We got dragon scales, dragon skin, cargo thing. Let's put this torch back where it belongs. Now, the thing is, the dragon in this pack doesn't drop an egg. But I got an egg from Grok, which is back in a chest somewhere, I think. So, not too much of a concern. However, I don't know why this is taking so long. There we go. Home. I believe I put it here. Yes, here. And the thing with dragon eggs, you can use dragon eggs with an extractor to get just more dragon eggs. Which is funny to me. So we're gonna grab another drawer. Or not, because I don't know where the drawers are. Or I don't have any left anyway. We're gonna make a spruce drawer. We're gonna grab one of our extractors here. That's done its job. And then we're gonna extract ourselves some dragon eggs. So if we place the dragon egg there, place the extractor there, and if we place this here, not working. Dragon egg recipe. Extractor, dragon egg, dragon egg. Do I need to place it on top? I might need to place it on top. Oh, the dragon egg moved. Right. Mine. Where'd the egg go? Where did the egg go? It should have moved somewhere when I tried to mine it, or maybe it just got destroyed and we're learning a valuable life lesson today. It might have just gotten destroyed when I tried to mine it with a spell. I'm going to look around for a little bit more just to make sure. So, yeah, lessons learned today. Dragon egg is gone. I will see about maybe grabbing another one off of someone else, and then extracting it. I've set up a little thing for when we get another one over here. But let this be a lesson. Do not use magic to try and mine a dragon egg. It will just vaporize it. However, I forgot to show you earlier, I've been working on the Apotheosis gem stuff too. We got the salvaging table, which, for example, if we throw this in here, we can get diamonds and salvaging or these rarity materials, which I have down here. We have the reforging table where we can throw in stuff, not like that. Like that, and then we could apply a rarity and it'll give us random traits. And that's just the smithing table. And speaking of the smithing table, our second adventure of the day, we need to go find a bastion and get ourselves a nether template, or a netherite upgrade template that I don't have yet. But before we do, I'm going to apply this relic I got. Bastion Ring, which, what it does, it makes piglins neutral. And then we're going to grab our explorer's compass. We're going to look for a bastion. That way. Okay. See you over there. So, we're just a couple hundred blocks away from our bastion, but a rare apothec mob spawned, and I want to go end its life. So we're just gonna take a quick stop off right here to kill Jimmy the Crying. Skeletons can't hurt me because of the force of Overworld, which is really nice. And then we'll just get rid of him. Got a shovel of rare. Might use that to reforge something later. We'll see. But if we head over this way, we will come upon our bastion, where we can get what we need. Also, kill a netherite monstrosity. So we're just gonna hop down into the bastion here. And supposedly there's a netherite monstrosity around here somewhere. Oh, he's up there. Hello. And you'll see the freeze blast doesn't take any, or doesn't cost any mana anymore. So I can just sit here and power spam him. This is not a problem at all. Hi there, friend. Hit me. Sure, why not? This might take a minute. I might speed this bit up. He was taking some invulnerability to projectiles bits, so I'm just finishing him up with the sword here. And then, goodbye. Okay, what do we get? We got a yellow heart, bunch of lava power cells. What are these useful for? Nothing. Green heart. I think we got that from the dragon. We got the Infernal Forge pickaxe. Okay. Nothing too special, but not too difficult either. So let's head down here, and hopefully this has what we need. No. Is there anything we want, though? Not particularly in there. Let's see if we can find a netherite upgrade template somewhere else. Ooh, a normal ballast gem. That's pretty cool. Like that. We'll throw all this stuff away and sort through it later. We don't need that anymore. Any other chests here? He destroyed some stuff that we're now picking up. That's fun. Just all I wanted. One netherite template, which I thought should have been in here, but was not. Maybe I'll have to go find another one. That would be fine. I might have to do some more digging. Alright, here's another one. Let's take a look. Ignore him. Don't care about him this time. He can live there. Let's check the chest out. There we are. That's what we wanted. Anything else cool? Rubies, we have those. take the frost step. But otherwise, we can just go home. And yeah, that's what we wanted out of that, so we can replicate that easily enough with diamonds and netherrack, which we have unlimited of. Let's see if the crystalline, which is what I'm calling this instrument, has... No, it's still keeping the beat. Interesting. Whatever. So yeah. That's that. We have explored... We killed the Ender Dragon, we explored for a Bastion. Let's take a look at our structures list really quick. Bastion? Done. What else is done? Burning Arena. See, the thing with the Burning Arena is there isn't one within 10,000 blocks of my nether portal. However, there is one very close to Grok's nether portal, and he let me use it. So here's some footage of that. Alright, let's do this. So we just go in here and wait for stuff to spawn?
Nothing spawns on this floor as near as I can tell. Okay. There's I like this rune stone in the center. It looks really cool and changes, but
neat.
I don't know of anything I can do with it. So we just go up the paths or fly, but
blue ice. Sure, that's useful in the first hour of the game.
I tried that and I could never catch him with the snowball. Oh. Let's spawn this guy. Ignite it.
Well.
Ooh, you want this.
I want burning ashes. Cool.
Yes. Let's go around. There's 4 of them on this floor, or 4 spawners here on this floor.
Here.
Hi.
I'll activate my magnet, so maybe
yeah, that's good. They also drop these smaller dying embers, but as near as I can tell, those are not all that useful.
Just useful for crafting into the bigger ones?
I guess. I just get enough for the big ones. Hassan Chop!
I remember that cartoon. Bugs Bunny classic.
Oh yeah, that is such a good one. Alright, I'll let you take this one down.
Done.
Woo! That's spamming the spells. Oh, it actually affected me a little bit cold-wise.
Interesting. Oh, the burst hit you.
It doesn't matter. Oh, I am going to make sure I have some good food on my bar.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you this. I'll hold one of the burning ashes.
I have 2 of them.
Let's go on up. Good.
Yes.
You just need 1.
The best way to make Ars Nouveau damaging spells is you do kind of like an effect and then an explosion that synergizes with that effect. So you freeze them and then you cold snap them.
Before we fight Ignis, he cheats. He's very mean, and he has a lot of health, and flying is the best way to attack him.
Noted.
And oh yeah,
you
got the range spell.
Yes.
So just right-click that with the larger burning ashes. There we go.
The effect is good.
Oh yeah. There he is.
That's an insanely loud music.
Yes, it is. And he's got a nice charge effect, and he makes lots of the rocks bump around.
Is he getting hurt?
And he's got these targeting. Not much.
Okay, I have to turn this music down. I can barely hear you.
Here, I'll hit him for a while.
Come on. Take some damage.
My sword does a pretty good job.
He doesn't
but he gets
freeze well.
No. He also switches modes.
Ow.
And as soon as I get him down to 25% or less, he dies.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how this would be annoying in a vacuum, where you're not loaded up with other mods.
Yes. There he goes. Now he's dying.
Ta-da! Oh,
It's so loud.
that's so loud. What is the ignitium used for? A sword, a thing, basically nothing. Couple weapons,
Uh,
couple sets of armor. Blazing
and
brand, whatever that is.
I happen to have another one of the embers,
I,
so I'm summoning
so
them
do
again.
I.
We'll just farm him for a bit.
I always laugh at these mod packs where it's like, I'm a amazing boss, and I'm super scary, and then you're just standing here just blasting him with no
Yep.
effort.
I've got 1,700 hearts. You can't take me down.
I mean, he's barely able to hurt me from up here. You are not meant to fight this flying.
No. Oh, that's a good knockback.
He doesn't seem to like spell damage much, but sword works.
Yeah. And then he has several points where he's
Invulnerable.
impervious to damage.
Yeah. Why does
There he goes.
Why bother giving him that much health if he's just gonna die at 25?
Well, that's because of my sword.
Ah.
It has the ability to take care of that. Here, I've got some boosts on my sword.
What ability does that? What enchantment did that?
It's one of the random 3 things at the top. The enemies
Ah.
below 25% max health will be executed. I love that.
That's crazy. Especially that it
Oh,
works
it's
on
great.
bosses. That shouldn't work on bosses.
Withers are 2 kills, 2 hits, and they die.
That's absurd. One more.
Why not?
I had one more, Ash. The trial keys
Sure.
are useless.
Yep.
Okay. That's Soulfire. Yay.
Phase 2.
This episode is going to be very fighty, because as you're watching this, YouTube, we've also fought the Ender Dragon this episode. So,
Ooh.
and potentially a netherite monstrosity. Filmed this before the rest of the episode, so if I didn't kill a netherite monstrosity, probably next episode, because I need to go to a bastion and get a netherite template.
Oh. Well. I've done that one. I've not done that bastion.
There's
See
one
if
near
there's
my
one
base
close.
that I can
Okay.
grab. That won't take too long. The netherite monstrosity looks
Yeah.
scary, but I'm just gonna float above him and ice him.
Yeah,
And then we won't have trouble.
the knockback. Yeah, knockback is hard on that, but otherwise, yeah, I love the build
This
here.
is such a good build. Is there any loot in
The
here, or is it
builds.
just the arena? Just the fight?
Just the arena. There's some gold if you want the gold. The trial chambers the vaults that I
don't
can't
work.
get anything out of. Yeah,
I can picture just
that's
defeating
it.
this boss and then just living here.
It would be a good spot because nothing else spawns here but these guys.
You can make a farm, easy.
But yeah, I'm really impressed with this pack. There's so many structures in here that look so nice.
Yes.
But
The
yeah,
iron spells
really nice.
has really good stuff. The Ender
Mm-hmm.
Cataclysm. Ender's Cataclysm has good stuff. It's nice.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, thanks for the help and for access to the Burning Arena. We are so far from my base.
But yeah, I saw that and I said, oh sure, it would be easy to kill them and do a little fun here.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yep.
See ya. So, yeah, nothing too special there. Just killed a guy. Not gonna use any of the equipment that we can use his drops for. And this episode is starting to get pretty long, so I think we're gonna stop it there. Between this episode and next episode, maybe I'll get another dragon egg and get a few going there. But yeah. Until next time, thanks for watching. Later.